Hello everyone, our names are Juan Pablo Ariño and Juan Fernando Sandoval. This is the third task of the Virtual English Level 6 project, where we are going to expose the social problem that we find in a sector of the city of Bogota. To start with a little introduction to the topic, first we have to solve this question. What is the problem? How can you see in this image, which is quite clear, that the problem that we find is the unsafe. Insecurity is understood as a social problem that is present throughout the city of Bogota, but in the case of Tibabuye sector, it is much more complex than in other places. The second question we have to resolve is who is affected. In this case, the affected community is the community of Tibabuyes, the population of the sector of Suba who is affected by insecurity mainly in these neighborhoods and their surroundings.
To get in context of what is happening, we can talk about Tibabujes is an unsafe place, and the problematic is mainly located in the streets of this neighborhood. We can talk that about the people and the mainly affected people is that the people that walks through or lives there. We can say that the streets are not in good condition. We can say that the robberies and the main problematics are happening in dark places. There is not good public illumination. The services in the public spaces are not good. So we can talk. We can say that the mainly affected population are the childs. They have to live their childhood in a really dirty place and a really unsafe place. Um, the youngers and the not adults, they have to live in a context that there's a lot of drugs, there's a lot of robberies, and they have to live with it. And there is not we have not find a we haven't find a solution. So people is really working on how is the city gonna solve it and work on it, so we can make this a real
Now,
place.
speaking about the problem in depth, the negative consequences of the problem in the sector are directly related to the specific causes caused by different factors. There are three main causes. The first of these is the deficit of public space. The second is the existence of poorly lit and very narrow streets. And the third has to do with the lack of attention of the part of the police and the Bogota mayor's office. These causes generate consequences. In the first place, the increase in criminal gangs in the sector as a second item in recent years. 40% of robberies and 20% of kidnappings in the SUA occur in the Tibabuyo sector. The last consequences is the fear that the population has to deal with this problem.
What can we do to solve this problem? To ask this question, we can start by saying that we need to attack the urban void, and these places that are abandoned and in crisis, we can make sociocultural equipments that can make the difference in how people is acting in the neighborhood. So we can start by making activities outside, like recreating the places. So we can put their sports activities, sport places. We can make playgrounds for kids. Um, the a solution for the people to get in contact with their neighborhood, we can make agricultural eco-agricultural zones, so we can have urban gardens. We can make libraries outside, like urban libraries, and this will generate a social interchange of experiences and everything. This is the main thing that we can improve. We can improve the resources that they have, the lighting in the streets. We can make better like paths for the people to go through, and the thing that you, when you feel unsafe in places that are dark or something like that, this is gonna be deleted, and this is not gonna happen anymore if we attack this problem of urban void.
As a conclusion of our project, we define two specific ones. The first one, it is of great importance for Tibabuyo sector in Suba to find spaces of proposed conference and stages for the education and reform of ci- civic culture in the place, so that in this way people find out what is happening in their community. In this way, peace and correct citizen coexistence can be promoted.
In conclusion, Tibabuyes is a sector that has not been given the necessary attention, and thanks to this, this has become a center of crime and depravity. And intervention by the mayor is needed, and intervention by the state is needed. This is a robbery center where everything is allowed: kidnapping, murder, drug addiction, stealing, and this is not like a good thing that will not help the society. In this place, we propose that there has to be some days that they give education phases to reform the culture in the place, in order to make them aware of what is happening and what is occurring in their neighborhood.